it's right for the government to take emergency steps in an emergency, and this is certainly an emergency. It's extraordinary, the cost of living pressures, and they've been exacerbated by a reckless Conservative government. But I want to make an appeal to the Minister today. We will support the bill at stage 1, but we are opposed to the inclusion of social rented properties in the rent freeze, and we're also concerned about the inclusion of mid-market rental properties as well. Those homes are already subject to a form of rent controls, so I don't think it would be right to impose another set of controls with a freeze. That would undermine the fine judgments involved in setting those rents by housing associations, councils and charities. Those fine judgments mean social rents are about half those in the private sector, whilst also funding proper maintenance and house building programmes. And those fine judgments enable the councils, housing associations and charities to modernise the homes, make them more energy efficient, meet their climate change obligations and build new properties for the thousands of people desperate for a home. And finally, those fine judgments will allow for targeted funds to be available to help those struggling to pay the rent. So let's not undermine all those fine judgments that have worked well for decades. Let's stick with what works. Well over half of all the properties in the social sector are occupied by tenants who pay their rent through universal credit. In Cairn Housing Association, it's 60%. In Kingdom, it's 70%. Those people won't benefit from a freeze. There won't be any more money in their pocket. The Treasury keeps the money, depriving the Scottish economy of important revenue and undermining those house building programmes. With this targeted support and the universal credit rental payments, is the rent freeze for the social and mid-market sector really worth it when it could undermine the house building, maintenance and climate change programmes?